This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
And a pleasant good afternoon live from the Great Plains Coliseum, getting ready for game number 2 at the Great Plains Invitational in our second year of doing this kind of production. Welcome to the Great Plains Coliseum, where we'll have Newcastle and Tulsa Memorial, and that is the slated second game. Our first game featured Northwest Classen over U.S. Grant. Northwest Classen, the winner, 86-26. They advance to tomorrow, 6 p.m., semifinals against the winner of this game, Newcastle and Tulsa Memorial. Slated for the 6 o'clock contest, we've got Lawton High and Putnam City, and then a little bit later on, 8 o'clock, get ready for a city showdown between the MacArthur Highlanders and the Eisenhower Eagles. So you can fill up the gym for that one. That should be an exciting one. Greg Bulig, Nathan Woods along producing. We've also got Coach Marco Gagliardi going to kind of chime in every once in a while for us on the headset to talk about these matchups and who got invited in the second year and had to kind of a couple of new teams, including Newcastle, which is part of the Oklahoma Sports Network. Very glad to know that of the 8 teams featured today, 4 of them are on the Oklahoma Sports Network, all 3 Lawton schools plus Newcastle. We'll take a timeout briefly. I don't think they're going to have the presentation of colors. I think they're going to do the starting lineup, so we'll stay here for that. It's the Great Plains Invitational. And Tulsa Memorial and the Chargers against the North with Newcastle Racers. It's number 15, Jaleel Cotton. Number 21 is Jaden Johnson. Number 24 is Antonio Love. And number 32, Cody Jackson. And then number 33 is sophomore guard Isaiah Garnett. So Bobby Allison is your head coach for Tulsa Memorial. Now we'll flip it on the other side for the Newcastle Racers. So it's number 5 is Alan Price. He's a 5'11". Antonio Brown is number 33, 5'11", class of, is a junior. Also 25 is Bobby Burrell. We have a 33 is number 2 is Rex Heskew. And number 4, Zachary Craig, 6'4". So we got a little bit of height down below. And getting ready for this one today for game number 2. Glad you could join us. For those who are watching on Facebook Live, like us, follow us there. For those on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'd like you to be a part of the Oklahoma Sports Network. You can download us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Whistle to start. Newcastle will be in all white. Tulsa Memorial in their royal blue. And Memorial will get the opening tip. Off and running and setting up their first set of the offense. I want to thank Waste Solutions as our title sponsor for this Great Plains Invitational here at the Great Plains Coliseum. Going to try to drive baseline, turn around, then back up top. Looks to drive, then he'll dish out again. They look to go to that corner. And now a little bit of help. And a steal by Newcastle. Coming down the floor, puts it up. Oh, and then a skyhook rejection by Isaiah Garnett.
We go back to that last possession. Newcastle did a really good job staying disciplined, staying in a stance, staying in front of their man. That was a really good defensive possession to start the ballgame for Newcastle.
And well, as we see in the first game, heavy defense, just like Northwest Classen. as Memorial's trying to put the clamps down on Newcastle. Drives, finds the open layup, comes up empty, up off the rim, rebound Memorial. Coming down on the other end of the floor, loose ball, almost stolen, picked up by Memorial at the last second. Looks to drive is Jackson, and it's going to go out of bounds.
Back-to-back really good defensive possessions right there. Had a tough shot on this end. The entire team ran back. Really good job. Really good start defensively for Newcastle.
So set to inbounds is Heskew. Welcome the Newcastle family that so used to watching us on the network. In the middle of the afternoon, maybe you're still at work, get an opportunity to see your team. Nice little drive, nice little touch up and in for the first score tonight. And Newcastle's on the board with a 2-0 lead.
He had to throw that shot high. The length of Tulsa Memorial is going to make it really tough to try and get anything inside.
Dish out outside. Oh, and then they answer quickly to have an all-tied contest at 2 apiece. Down the floor. Trying to manhandle that a little bit with Zachary Craig. The 6'4" frame, and was coming up a little bit empty. Nice little turnaround jumper up and in is good.
Good move by 15 there.
Memorial gets the 1 bucket lead. And Heskew going to check the defense. Making a lot of noise from the bench is Tulsa Memorial. I noticed that during practice. They want to make sure that they are a team that gets the extra added noise on that end of the floor. Hits the front of the rim, no good. Rebound Memorial.
Well, that's the thing in tournament games, Eric, when you're not at home. You got to create your own energy as a team.
That's one thing, and a foul on the floor. We mentioned this a little bit about the rules changes in the OSSAA, and I think can't say it enough because we have new people coming in and out, but there's no more 1-and-1. When there is a foul, it's either going to be out underneath or it's going to be to the line shooting 2. And there's 5 team fouls per quarter until you get in the bonus. Misses on the opportunity, cross the timeline. Oh, a nice pass dish underneath, up off the glass. A little bit too high and too hard for Heskew, and that goes out with a whistle. But I love the aggressiveness going low post down underneath. Really trying to challenge Memorial on that defense. And we're still a 4-2 Memorial lead.
And Memorial's doing a really good job defensively as well. As much as we've said Newcastle, Memorial's doing the same thing down here on this end.
For the opportunity. A little bit of pass. Try to get down and below. Lets that one sail. Come up a little bit shy, and now a whistle, and the bucket counts. So, and the harm. Go see this on instant replay.
Really good by 15 there, getting position underneath the rim and just fighting for an offensive rebound. Strong enough to put it back up and count the basket.
So make it a 6-point contest. Make it 7. Memorial with the opening lead. Change on this side of the floor. A little bit of help from Brown. Brown back over to Price. And then Craig. A sailback man just hits the back iron. And the rebound Memorial. Quickly down the floor with 4:18 left to go. Almost halfway through this quarter number 1. Potential steal on the floor, loose ball on the floor. Memorial is able to pick it up. Little bounce pass, top of the key, and we'll start anew. Drives, goes strong to the hoop, misses the opportunity. Newcastle with a rebound. And here comes the Racers. Cross the timeline at the 3:53 mark.
It was a good move by 33, just wasn't able to get the finish.
Antonio Brown put his hands up with a play. Going to call this tightly contested defensively with Garrett. Garnett goes past the defender, up, and then we're going to be fouled on the way up, shooting 2.
Then on this end, Newcastle does a good job fighting for an offensive rebound.
We'll get to see that after the shot and come down, they box out, fight tight, and then you just go up hard, and you just take your chances of doing that. You go up, shooting 2.
Good play by 25, getting this man in the air.
Misses on 1. Coming up with the second opportunity. Try to chip away at that Memorial lead. And does. Makes it 7-3. Timeout on the floor. They'll take it. We'll take it with them. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Coast Technology Group specializes in audio, video, and lighting for schools, house of worship, home, and business. Work with our team's engineers to design the right system for your conference rooms, video telecommunications, stadiums, auditoriums, video walls, home theater, and automation. Whether your next project is large or small, let our team with over 150 years of combined experience help design the right system with simple, reliable technology.
Welcome to the Great Plains Invitational. First timeout called here in quarter number 1. 3:33 with a 7-3 Memorial lead. That was after Newcastle got one of the free throws to drop. That's been the storyline now. Memorial aggressively trying to pursue the basket. Little drive. Tries to get around one defender. Turnaround jumper in the air. Misses. Great opportunity with a Newcastle rebound by Antonio Brown. Brown back top of the key, looks to drive. Tries to split 2 defenders and is just going to get out of his hands. Going to go out of bounds, sails out freely. He gets upset with himself and didn't get the no call. I think he was looking for a little bit of contact. Called it freely. And it's a 3:03 mark.
Newcastle showing a little pressure here, just trying to slow Memorial down a little bit. They're going to drop back to a 2-3 zone. Give Memorial something different to look at. Work the first possession. We'll see if Memorial can adjust.
Top of the key. Looks to drive, spin move, dish back out. They both like to try to turn away from the basket, try to get around their defender, and Brown comes up with the inerrant pass and the rebound for Newcastle. 2.5 to go here in quarter number 1. 7-3. Newcastle still looking for a bucket since the last time they went to the charity stripe. Little bounce pass. Turnaround jumper is good.
Really good move. Patient, really patient.
Newcastle comes away with a bucket to make it a 7-5 contest. Memorial coming down the other end of the floor. Throws that one high off the mark, hits the rim, and a foul on the rebound.
That's the thing with the zone. It slows the other team down, makes them make plays, forces you to be really patient and find a really good open shot when you have a team like Memorial who wants to get up and go.
Notice that really played tight defense on both sides of the floor. Kind of work his way. Almost got that deflected with a stolen pass, but into the hands of the offense, a defensive rebound by Newcastle. Coming down this, the floor stops and pops, hits the front of the rim, no good, rebounded by Memorial. So both teams having their struggles with the lid, almost being closed. Only a 7-5 contest, and we're almost one with a quarter. Baseline gets that pass inside the lane. Good for 2.
That pass actually got tipped. Kid went around the corner, tapped it out right into the Memorial. Big was there to clean it up and put it in for 2.
So Memorial still retains their lead. Newcastle trying to see if they can chip away at that. He'll get the pick. Rolls to the center. He likes to take that drive. Back out. He'll throw that one for a 3 ball. Hits the back iron. No good. Rebound and a foul on the floor. Or he's going to say he stepped out. Yeah, he stepped out with 1 foot in and 1 foot out. And Memorial will get the possession with a minute to go. Fast and furious, and with the news rules changes, got an opportunity to let these games flow.
Well, and both teams have done a pretty good job of not fouling. It's 3-1 right now. So nobody in the bonus yet.
Have to get to 5 for that in the new rules. Looks to drive, splits the defender, high and then up and in. He guarded himself for that.
Really good move.
And makes it now an 11-5, largest lead tonight for Memorial. 6-point lead, Newcastle trying to respond with 28 seconds left to go here in quarter number 1. It's Craig. Back up top over to Sloan. Sloan looks for a little help. Wants to dish that off to Burrell. Turn around in the paint. Back irons again. Burrell can't buy a bucket. 7 seconds. Down to 6. Crosses the timeline. Down to 4. They get the countdown with 3, 1, and puts it back up at the buzzer, and it's going to be no good. 11-5. Memorial leads over Newcastle. 1 quarter in the books. We'll be back with quarter number 2 right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Want to take the stress out of your next remodel or building project? Comanche Home Center can deliver all the lumber, supplies, and tools right to you. When you're done, they'll pick up anything you don't use and give you credit towards your next project. Give Comanche Home Center a call today for a free estimate.
Here at Carpet One, we have a great selection of carpet, hardwood, vinyl, tile, laminate, and area rugs. With all this, you're sure to find exactly what you want for your home. Come browse our exclusive selection or give Carpet One at Comanche Home Center a call today for a free estimate.
All right, back here at the Great Plains Coliseum, and you got some information on the Newcastle-Lawton ties with head coach.
Correct, yeah. Coach Jesse Brown, he went to Central Junior High, graduated from Lawton High in 2004. He's been coaching for 15 years. He coached actually here in Lawton at MacArthur for 5 years with 1 state tournament appearance. He's been at Newcastle for 6 years now. His overall record is 89-44. Last season, 24-6. First state tournament appearance in school history at Newcastle. The year before he took the job, they were actually 3-19. And after his first year, Eric, he's had no losing seasons. So 5 straight years of no losing seasons. That's a pretty good resume for a head coach.
You got to be happy about that. Newcastle's football team had a great year. As Coach Craig and company try to look to revamp for next year, and a great sophomore running back with T.J. Bradford. And a foul with the arm.
Tough move by number 4. Able to get into the body of the defender. Go up and
Zachary
draw a foul.
Craig in the 6'4" frame.
Draw a foul, get to the free throw line. You got to start hitting these shots. They've missed a couple early in the first quarter. So if they can start knocking some free throws down, they'll get themselves right back into this ball game.
Got to make those and
There's
make them pay, and that's the first of 1 you mentioned. Cutting into that Memorial lead, 11-6. Looking to capitalize to make it 2 for 2, and does. So that's how you chip away at that lead, 11-7 now.
A little bit more pressure, too, from Newcastle. See if that can slow Memorial down and create a turnover potentially.
4-point lead by Memorial. It's got a storied tradition of success. Puts 1 bounce on the floor, strong to the hoop, good for a bucket to make it 13.
And then there's the problem with the pressure. If you don't get back fast enough, leaves gaps, holes in the defense, they're able to find one and get a score.
Brown's going to have a little bit of trouble. Gets it over to Craig. Once bounce, 2 bounce, and no. Out. Can't get the shooter's roll or the shooter's bounce. Oh, nice little footwork in between, and there's going to be a timeout on the floor. Coach says, I've seen enough. It's back to a 15-7 lead. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At Firehouse Subs, a portion of every purchase helps provide life-saving equipment to first responders across the country. So at Firehouse Subs, we don't just make subs. We make subs that are big, bold, and craveable. We make our subs differently because our subs make a difference. Whether you order online or on our app, Firehouse Subs Rapid Rescue to Go will have your subs boxed, bagged, and ready for pickup. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs. Save more lives.
Right back to Great Plains Coliseum for the Great Plains Invitational. With 7:11 left to go here in quarter number 2 as Memorial on a little bit of a run. I got that loose ball bucket right after the exchange. Thanks for joining us on Facebook. Like us and follow us there. Also on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Those used to us on Newcastle, on your Newcastle Racer Network. Games coming up, 6 o'clock, Lawton High and Putnam City, and then 8 o'clock, MacArthur and Eisenhower.
Tulsa Memorial showing a little bit of pressure here. Out of a timeout.
Going to toss that over to Brown, and Antonio will cross the midcourt at the 7:05 mark of quarter number 2. Now we have Brindley. He's going to be out.
Try to bounce pass there.
Lost that, yeah, lose it.
Through the legs.
And Memorial, no sense of panic at all. I mean, it's the confidence that they've got to run their offense and the way they do it successfully, even after kind of a slow start. Now, just readjust to get the shot you needed, and it's textbook. And now it's a 10-point lead. Off the mark for Newcastle. Racers come up empty, and now quickly down the floor, here comes Memorial. Nice, that was going to be a give and go trying to get down underneath to Johnson, and Jaden Johnson loses that. Got a substitution coming in.
Tulsa Memorial with a 10-point lead. Eric, they're 10-time state champions here in the state of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Won 6 in the last 10 years.
Yeah, they're used to their success. Dell City was able to capitalize with a state title over their nemesis, Carl Albert. And Carl Albert returned the favor with a football win over Dell City just last weekend. Up top, going to roll that out to Craig. Back over. Hesitated for a moment as Burrell. Back over to Brown. Top of the key. Oh, and he's going to almost get a loose ball as Burrell almost loses control of it and goes out of bounds. Back up top to Craig. Craig will drive in the lane, strong, hard on the left-hand side, and he'll be fouled on the way up.
Good move by Craig to get to the rim. Not a lot's going on for the Newcastle offense. He creates some space, is able to beat his defender, and draw another foul.
Well, got to make those.
I mean, they're called free throws for a reason.
Yeah. Didn't quite make the first. Second shot coming up. Trying to chip away at the Memorial lead. Misses, hit the front iron. Loose ball picked up by Memorial. 5.5 to go in quarter 2. Crosses is Jackson. Rifled pass back up to Jackson, top of the key. Rolls right. Down below. I'll get that, man, I'll tell you, a wide open shot for a 3-ball. Rims in and out. Wow, what a great rebound. Puts it back up with a second miss. And then the follow through on the third finally gets the bucket to go in. To make it 19.
And that's just fighting on the offensive glass. You know, in a zone, the whole idea is to not give up middle penetration, allow yourself more opportunities for rebounds. And when you get spread out like that, when the ball moves so fast, your zone almost expands. And then when you don't turn around and block out, you give up a whole bunch of offensive rebounds.
Into the hands for the Racers is Antonio Brown. The 5'11 junior will cross the timeline. Dribbles between his legs. He'll get the pick. Looks to roll, go strong to the hoop, and that's going to be out. Going to miss that opportunity. Timeout for a substitution of players coming in off the bench. Brown will go back to the bench, get a little bit of a breather. Crosses timeline. Outside perimeter passing up at the top. Down below, set and throw, and boom, he hits it.
Yeah.
Now they're in a rhythm.
Yeah, 22 can shoot the basketball really, really well.
21-7, running away with a big run is Memorial. Newcastle trying to chip away at the lead, stops and pops from about 15, gets the little shooter's bounce and roll, and that's good for 2 to make it 21-9.
Memorial also in the zone, and if you're able to penetrate the zone, good things happen when you get the ball inside.
Bounce pass. More like that little elbow throw a little bit for Jackson. Kind of give a little bit of checking in the ball game is Jordan Powell, guard for Memorial and the Chargers. And making a fresh bench. Coach is kind of rotating. 3:51 and counting. Oh, goes up hard, loses it. Loose ball, and there's going to be a jump ball called. As each player's going to get helped up off the floor. And the possession arrow will remain with Memorial. Bounce pass in, and going to take their time to cross the timeline.
Newcastle goes back to man here.
Powell into the hands over to the near to Johnson. Back up top for a shooter's opportunity is Fabian Harris.
Got to know where Harris is at all times. Fight over the screen.
Tied up with that, and now they're going to clamp down on that defense. Not going to play it with Newcastle there. Lets that one sail for 3. No good. Rebound by Cotton. Cotton will take it. He'll stop. He'll let that one fly. Man, I'll tell you what, Sweet is off of the fingers. Make that a 27-9 lead. Memorial really showing their dominance here in quarter number 2. Newcastle with a 3-ball turnaround. Hits the back iron, no good. Rebound at Memorial. A little bit of pressure. And set up shot. 2.5 to go here in the second quarter before the half. Don't forget, this is only game 2 of the 4, so we have 2 more games, 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock. You can join us at the Coliseum. $5 admission to get you some great basketball action. You don't get a chance to see Tulsa Memorial much. You hear about their success. You hear about what they do in the finals. Well, you get to see them up close and personal if you'd like that. They'll be in action tomorrow, and they will, if they go on to win this, they will take on Northwest Classen, who is the winner of the first game over U.S. Grant.
Newcastle needs to find something on offense here. Move the basketball. There we go.
But it just kind of got out of his hands and into a Memorial steal as Craig could not come down with it. Double team right there, and a timeout is called by Memorial. So get their player out of a jam, and they take one. We'll take it with them. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Hail damage on your vehicle? Look no further than Cars Hail Repair Specialist. They're locally owned and operated with certified PDR technicians and offer a lifetime warranty with 0 out-of-pocket guarantee. They work directly with your insurance and they give a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Make sure you ask them about the $200 referral program. Cars Hail Repair Specialist. Give them a call today, 580-360-5050.
All right, back to the Great Plains Coliseum and the Great Plains Invitational. And a big Memorial run as they lead 27-9. Take that out as Memorial had to call timeout. He has double teamed. Coach called it from the bench. Kind of bail him out from having to lose the possession. In with 1:52 left to go. Bounce pass is kind of stolen into traffic, and now we got a banging going in as Zachary Craig gets fouled with the block, and we'll take it out as Brown will take it out from the side.
Good defensive stop by Newcastle there. Get the ball back, try and cut into this lead with just under 2 minutes left in the half.
Trying to get to double digits. Crosses the timeline. Brown looks to drive. Spin move around. Oh, a nice little one-handed pass over here to the near corner. Tipped out Brown back up. Man, against 3 defenders, he gets his own rebound, and a put back up is good. So you talk about hustle and extra effort for Brown to bring it to 11, 27-11. Bounce pass on the lower corner baseline. Looks patiently always looking for a man, especially that was open, either down below or for an open side shot. They've got a lot of shooters on the floor. Anybody can take it at any time just like that. Sweet, and that's for a 3 to make it 30. And a throwaway, loose ball tied up, and a jump ball is called, and the possession arrow will stay with Newcastle. .47 seconds remain before the half. We'll have halftime and a little bit of intermission between these broadcasts, so we'll invite you to like our Facebook, follow us there. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel for those who are watching on YouTube, where sports is our middle name. Brown will look to inbounds. If they're going to wipe up a little bit of perspiration on the floor.
The new floor looks pretty good.
I know, we've talked about that, and the county tournament is really going to be enjoyable now. And Coach says it was a nightmare. If you remember, they had 3 3-point. They had one for NBA range, one for collegiate, and one because in case they were going to use the floor. Now they know just strictly for high school, and so now we make it right. And so the new floor really looks good, plays well. They're loving it. Turnaround jumper inside the paint comes up empty with 40 seconds left to go. Pushing the floor is Memorial with a 30-11 lead. Middle of the paint, little turnaround, gets that off the mark, gets his own rebound, puts it up for the open shooter for a 3-point opportunity to make it 33. And it goes out. Sails out in a missed opportunity. Another player from the bench for Memorial, and the Chargers will bring in Hayden Williamson. Checking out is Powell, so Jordan Powell get a relief for the last 18 seconds before the half. Crosses the timeline with 13 to go. Bam. I mean, it is just lighting up the floor with threes. You can't let him be that wide open with 3. Last shot at the opportunity, hits the rim, no good. And we will have a 36-11 Memorial lead over Newcastle and the Racers. We'll take a timeout, be back to halftime and second half action right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At Miller Noble Heating and Air Conditioning, we offer preventive maintenance agreements, summer tune-ups, and service calls. During the summer, when your air conditioner breaks, you have to give us a call. Well, with preventive maintenance agreements, it prevents that. We go out, service the air conditioners, and prep them so they don't fail on you in the peak time of the year. The U.S. Department of Energy states that you can save up to 30% of your utility bill by having your system properly maintained.
It's real real red wine vinegar and olive oil blend. It's called the Juice. And at Jersey Mike's, it adds that jazz to your sub. Add a flavor zing with the Juice. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
College is about more than just a degree.
It's a journey that will shape your future and change your life. That's why MSU Texas provides a place to find your passion,
To connect with others.
and discover who you truly are.
We're dedicated to providing a well-rounded education that prepares you for a variety of careers.
You'll have everything you need to pursue your dreams at MSU Texas.
Start your journey. For more information, visit msutexas.edu.
We are celebrating.
Here at Pam & Barry's team, we've been helping you through the real estate process for more than 20 years.
We want to thank you for choosing our team to help you.
We sold our house at full asking price, and it took less than about a week to get our full asking price with Pam & Barry.
Don't go at it alone.
Let us handle it all here.
We're not bragging, we're just applying for a job.
Scooters Coffee, world-class coffee rooted in quality, with 2 locations to serve you in Lawton and Elgin. Wake up to the amazing aroma of quality, from their hot and iced drinks to blenders, smoothies, teas, to even their great food delights. Or why not try their at-home coffees or coffee on the go? Locally owned and operated, Scooters in Lawton and Elgin. Scooters, rooted in quality.
Welcome to the Great Plains Coliseum, Lawton, Oklahoma, site of this Great Plains Invitational. 8 teams involved in this contest, with Lawton High, Putnam City, MacArthur, Eisenhower, Newcastle, Tulsa Memorial, U.S. Grant, Northwest Classen. So all 3 Lawton schools. We're going to see our first at 6 o'clock at Lawton High and Putnam City, followed by MacArthur and Eisenhower for the nightcap. And so we want you to join us on the Oklahoma Sports Network. For those who are joining us on Facebook and on YouTube, make sure you follow and subscribe our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook. Download our free app, Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. And on Google and Android devices, search free, watch free, the Oklahoma Sports Network. So the Memorial Chargers going to inbounds after the takeaway for the second half. Kind of loose ball, picked up by Memorial at the last second. They're going to be on this side of the floor. Going to back away for traffic. Little bouncing, bump and run. Fake the pass, goes hard, charge, and the bucket counts. So let's see that in the instant replay. Goes hard and then get the foul.
Good strong move. Get to the basket. Get the ball up, throw it off the glass. Give it a chance to go in. Really good move.
Extends the Memorial lead to 38. 38-11 with 7:40. Thanks for joining us. For those who follow Tulsa Memorial, I know their coach does a really good job of putting out the word that we have this broadcast out, available to watch. Your team, when they're on the other side of the state. Newcastle going to find their way, weaving around. Oh, a nice move. And a little finger touch to the basket.
Good start for both teams on the offensive end. Newcastle just needs to put several stops together to try and get back in it.
We'll take it out underneath. Newcastle in their all whites with blue numbers. Memorial all blue with white numbers. Here at the Great Plains Coliseum for the Great Plains Invitational, year number 2. Goes baseline, gets stripped, stolen, loose ball on the floor. Still no possession, now picked up by Newcastle. Racers cross the timeline with 7 to go. In quarter number 3, just underway in the second half. Brown takes it all the way, strong to the hoop. Brown is a force to be reckoned with.
Got one stop, got a score. You want to give yourself a chance in the fourth quarter, so you don't necessarily want to win the game in the third, but you got to give yourself an opportunity to come back in this ball game.
Kind of messing me up with the scoreboard here. Kind of changing things around. A little bounce pass, top of the key. We'll regroup. He'll start out what he wants. He clears out the lane, drives, dish out pass to the near side. Back up top. They'll start anew. Stripped and stolen by Newcastle. Racers cross the timeline, 2-on-1. Holds up. Waits for reinforcements. Brown from downtown. And back irons. Boy, he had that nice shot before. Loose ball picked up by Memorial. Nice inside the lane. Trying to get the charge, but no call on that. And a timeout on the floor by Memorial. They'll take it. We'll take it with them. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Welcome back to the Great Plains Coliseum and the Great Plains Invitational. Timeout by Tulsa Memorial. Regroup the troops and a 41-15 lead. Not that Memorial would ever put it on cruise control, but Newcastle trying to fight and claw their way back. Split defenders gets that rejected, deflected, and stolen. Coming back on the other end of the floor. Fast break opportunity up off the glass for two is good. And they are dangerous when they get out in space. And the open layup is good to make it 43. Brown, kind of a delayed, just like as Brown was kind of fading back away and lets that one sail, gets off the glass for two.
Yeah, he wanted contact, and the defense just jumped away from him, and he had to readjust again.
Tries to go baseline, kicked, and went out of bounds. And Newcastle will take the possession. 5 minutes left to go. For those in the area want to see some great basketball, you can see that with Lawton and Putnam City at 6 o'clock. Our first opportunity to see the Lawton schools on the network because we just finished up with our football. Congratulations to all the winners. We did have a lot of we just did a recap of all of the state winners. You can go watch that on any of our platforms with some highlights, interviews of winning coaches, players, celebration of the wins in all the classes. Smaller classes, we're going to finish up with 2A, A, and B this weekend. And football will be in the books for the 2023 season. Boy, we're going to go with a charge on the way in. So he kind of had that ball loosely taken in as Cotton. He's going to get his first.
He was able to get by the primary defender. The secondary defender did a good job of stepping up and helping. That was Brown there, sacrificing his body for his team, getting the ball back. Now they got to get something going on offense.
Try to feed inside, outside look. Didn't take the three underneath, and he'll get fouled with a push. And he'll go to the line shooting two. As we said in the earlier part of this educational 2023-24 basketball rules changes, there's no more 1-and-1. The free throws are in a bonus with 2 shots all the time. The bonus begins at 5 fouls. Each team has 5 per quarter, gets that first one to go in. We're into 18. Second shot, no good. Loose ball, tie up, still tied up, and then we're going to call a jump ball. And the possession arrow will stay down with Newcastle. And the Racers will try to inbounds. Down 43-18. And a whistle on the floor with the hold. Both have 3 apiece as team fouls. That was followed by Jaden Johnson. That's going to be his second.
Both teams have been a little bit more aggressive defensively this half compared to the first half.
Second shot is good. 23-point lead. As Memorial dishes that past the timeline. Backs away. Drive. And then a nice rejection. Craig says, you're not going to do it on my watch. Goes out of bounds, but it's going to be touched by Craig last. So Memorial will get the ball, but great defensive stop as he goes strong to the hoop. 4:06 mark, almost halfway through this third quarter. Little throw, jump, up and no good. Rebound by Memorial. Now we're getting a little bit of ticky-tack touch with the push. Now the 4th team foul for Newcastle. One more and they'll be in the bonus. It's going to be on Heskew, and that's going to be his 3rd. So Heskew's going to have to pay attention to that. 2 to give. Memorial. And this near up top. Thought he was going to pass to the runner inside. Bounce pass. Makes it 3:21 left. And a whistle and a foul. That is now in the bonus as Newcastle has committed their 5th team foul in this quarter. I think he's got to get someone to take care of a little bit of a nosebleed or something. They're going to go back over to their trainer.
Yeah, I think he's got a cut on his leg.
Okay.
Guy subbing in for him is going to shoot the free throws for number 15, number 11.
It's Williamson. It's Hayden Williamson. Hits the front iron, no good. Second shot coming up. No good. Misses them both. Coming back down on the floor is Newcastle and the Racers. Set up. Brown. Going to bring it up top. Looks to drive, bounce pass. Oh, nice little adjust with a fake pass. Puts it up into the hands. Just cannot get the roll for Craig as Zachary's shot comes up empty.
Really good pass fake. Just got to finish down there.
Ooh, a little touch and go. And Zachary, look at that steal down there. And he called timeout as he was able to grab it and go. We'll take it with him. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
When it comes to your health, you want and deserve the best. You want a hospital with the highest quality scores in the region and one that provides safe, excellent care. Southwestern Medical Center has been a part of this community for 115 years and has a history of delivering compassionate, skilled health care to Lawton and Fort Sill. Choose the hospital that has always put the health of this community first. Southwestern Medical Center. Be well. Live well. That's why we're here.
Back to the Great Plains Coliseum and the Great Plains Invitational with 2:35 left to go here in the third quarter. Called out by Newcastle in a timeout. Going to perimeter pass this around. Connects.
Sorry, a good play out of a timeout.
Oh. Trying to chip away at that lead.
That's what you like after timeouts, executing right out of a timeout. You draw something up in the huddle that you think is going to work. Go to your best play, usually draw it up, give a couple reminders. And
banging it for the rebound. Gets that save, though. Newcastle on the run. Going to go take it all the way. And, oh, that's going to say a charge. So an offensive going back the other way. Get to see that right here in the instant replay about what he saw right. Oh, he got the placement. Took one for the team. 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. It's been Memorial. Kind of a slow start for them, but when they ignited, they were hitting threes. And right before the half, they were connecting shots that they wanted, selected shots. There's a throwaway. Newcastle and the Racers will take over with 1:42 left to go here in the third quarter. Those able to watch us all afternoon long with the first 2 games, we still got 2 left. Lawton Schools in action, all 3. Lawton High will play Putnam City at 6. MacArthur plays Eisenhower at 8 o'clock. 1:32 and counting. As Brown will hold up the ball a little bit, he'll wave out instructions. Pass up top. Back up to Brown. Brown. Just going to find Brown as, a nice little dish pass in the middle of the lane, but not able to connect with the pass, but a great rebound off the boards by Craig. And as DeBurrell was trying to get engaged in there from Brown, but was not able to connect, but it goes out of bounds, but Newcastle will retain possession with a $1.04. Back up top to Price. Rifled pass to the far side. And a hold coming back down.
Eric, I don't think Newcastle's hit a 3 all night.
No, and Memorial's connected to several.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be Craig's 4th foul. I think he's going to go sit because he's got to play a little bit in the fourth quarter. No, he's not. Get a little talking to, I guess. Gets the shooter's bounce. Second shot coming up. Up and in. Makes it look easy. Just like in practice. Memorial up 45-22 with 50 seconds left to go here in quarter number 3. Brown going to get an offensive and a charge call. So he goes up strong to the hoop. Brown's going to pick up his second. Newcastle still putting on that pressure defensively to try to get across the timeline. Almost stolen between. Well, you pick the pocket. Brown's going to pick up his second back-to-back fouls on the offense and then one on the other side of the defense side of the floor, and that will be his third. Already in the bonus for Memorial.
Yeah, things just haven't fallen into place for Newcastle this half.
Shooting 2. First shot up and good.
And Memorial really hasn't done anything special. They've just played solid basketball. And majority of the time, that's all you need to do. Take care of it. Don't turn it over.
And make these.
Yep. Make your free throws. Rebound the basketball.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's the simple things of basketball, right? It's the fundamentals of basketball.
Exactly.
30 seconds remain. Back up to Brown. We'll round robin this with perimeter passing. Play for the last shot perhaps with 22 seconds. And counting. Back over to Brown with 17. Antonio Brown will dish back over to Heskew. Between Price and Brown. Brown, little dish off underneath, hard and heavy, down to Sloan. 6'5" frame trying to put it up. See this. Instant replay.
Good play there by Brown to find the big man, draw the defense to him, and able to dish it.
Shot up, no good. Just like what we were saying Memorial was able to do and capitalize on, especially with free throws and threes. Newcastle has struggled.
Yeah.
And now trying to try to go for one. No, misses both. Into the hands of Memorial. Ooh, and that's a strip stolen by Antonio Brown right at the buzzer. A thrown half-court shot is going to be no good. So it's 47-22 after 3 quarters of play. We'll be back with the fourth and final period right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Southwest Foot and Ankle Clinic has specialized in the medical and surgical treatment of the foot and ankle for the past 40 years. And they provide all treatments under one roof. From x-rays, radial pulse therapy treatment, to surgical treatments, all with one goal in mind, providing the highest quality medical care with good old-fashioned Oklahoma compassion. Call to set up an appointment today. Southwest Foot and Ankle, 580-357-8720.
All right, welcome back to the Great Plains Coliseum. We'll put 8 on the board to welcome you now into the fourth and final period. I want to thank Waste Solutions, your title sponsor for this broadcast part of the tournament, because they are the title sponsors of this tournament. Coach Gagliardi wants to thank them, along with Liberty National Bank and the Lawton Chamber of Commerce, for bringing you this presentation of a star-studded weekend. Turnaround is good for 3. Was able to get that to make it 50. 7:39 and counting. On cruise control by Memorial at this point. Outside corner. Bounce pass. Turnaround is good. Boy, when it rains, it pours.
He caught that off balance. I didn't think he was going to put a shot up. It was pretty impressive.
Largest lead tonight by 30. Lets that one sail in and out. That's been the storyline for Newcastle tonight. The Racers can't connect. Hits the rim. Man, from downtown NBA range, there you go. And you better pay attention.
Yeah, 22. He's coming in the game.
Being schooled there.
He can shoot the basketball.
That's Harris, Fabian Harris for Memorial. We're still chirping from the bench. Brown, who's just hard and aggressive, goes strong to the hoop. And this time he took the offensive charge the last time around. This time he does get fouled, goes to the line shooting 2. It's our first of the 5 fouls in the fourth quarter. Remember that they start over per quarter, 5, and that's how they will get into the bonus. No more 1-and-1s as the rule changes for OSSAA for the 23-24 basketball season. Doesn't even get that one to roll. Hits the rim, back irons out. Brown lets that one loose, finally gets that one to go. Substitutions coming in. Sloan will check back into the ballgame for the Racers, replacing Craig. Memorial crosses the timeline. 6.5 to go. Bounce pass. Double teamed, back out. Free shooter. Bounce pass underneath. They still want to go low post. Fade away in the lane. Back iron's no good. Loose ball. Collision for it. He gets his own rebound. Outside corner. Drives. Readjusts and a foul on the way up. That was a little interesting exchange. We'll kind of see this on instant replay, but right there, that nice fadeaway, back irons, but look who's there. And banging for the rebound. Outside shot there, ready for the 3. Readjusts, goes And we go back to the line.
You thought 15 was out of the play on the fadeaway. And then all of a sudden he shows back up the camera and
that's right.
Gets his own rebound. That's just playing hard. That's
misses
just
the shot. Yeah.
Hustling.
And you're just knowing where the ball is. I mean, just looking for it.
And like you said, doing little things.
And making little things right. Make it 56-23. 6 minutes left to go. So 2 minutes off of the 8-minute clock. Stripped and stolen by Memorial. Loose ball on the ground. Almost picked up by Newcastle. Memorial comes up with it. That's been that kind of night for Newcastle. You're ready to see two of the Lawton school, actually all three Lawton schools in the next 2 games.
Boom.
And there it is, man, just automatic. Make it 59. Running away with it.
Yeah, you might want to know where he's at all times.
Make an interesting matchup for the semifinals for tomorrow at 6 o'clock. It will be Tulsa Memorial against Northwest Classen, who beat U.S. Grant in the earlier contest. Bounce pass. Lets that one sail for a 3-ball. Hits the back iron of the glass. Going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Memorial, so Newcastle will retain possession. .446 remain here in the fourth. For those watching from the Tulsa side of the state, welcome in on the broadcast. Those in Newcastle, you're very familiar with watching your teams on the network. 4 of the 8 teams in on the Oklahoma Sports Network. If you'd like to join our network, either by being a premier school or an affiliate, you can contact us by our website. Email address, email us, and we'll see if we can put something together for your school. We'll be back here in January for the Comanche County Basketball Tournament as well. Stripped, potentially stolen, goes out of bounds, though, right across the timeline, and it's going to be white ball. Now we say that Northwest Classen will take on Tulsa Memorial. Newcastle will play tomorrow at 2 o'clock, and they will play U.S. Grant. Opportunity of looking the consolation brackets. Quick tournaments as they are. Winner goes, but you're at least guaranteed 3 games. That's a 3-ball.
That may be their first one of the game. One finally drops.
Well, you keep at it eventually. I guess odds are, right? Odds can be. Under 4 to go. Fourth and final period. It's been all Memorial. Little one-handed sky scoop. No good. Rebound. Puts up off the glass. He gets his own rebound. Don't box out enough. Gets that one to go to add 2 more. Looks to drive. Almost a kickball. Memorial on a 3-on-1. Fast break opportunity. Look at that. Let's see that again. I want to see that as it's worth the instant replay even if we miss a play because you don't see them a lot, but there it is. Beautiful.
It's always fun when you can get a fast break dunk.
Oh, yeah. That's great for the fans, too. That's a highlight.
Big time highlight.
After the conclusion of this ball game, we won't be set to go on the air until about 5:50. So it will be almost 6 o'clock for our next contest. So you'll be able to take a break. And if you're getting off work, you can come join us. As you'll have Lawton High against Putnam City. And then the big one for the nightcap, MacArthur and Eisenhower. First time those two will meet as city rivals. Loose ball. guarded by 2, and then I see you have to call timeout. So Newcastle calls timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Lawton's newest hangout, 5370 Northwest Cash Road. A family-friendly atmosphere featuring their award-winning pizza and calzone, made fresh daily from their secret family recipe. With handcrafted burgers, wings, appetizers, salad, and homemade desserts, including deep-fried banana pudding. Come hang out with us. The Hangout, 5370 Northwest Cash Road in Lawton.
All right, welcome back to the Great Plains Coliseum, where this is the site of the Great Plains Invitational. Glad to have you along. Nathan Woods, our videographer. Graydon Bulig, myself, Eric Sherham. Entertaining you on a Thursday afternoon, the start of the first 3 days of this Coliseum, with under a new floor, by the way, and we'll enjoy that at the Great Plains Coliseum's county tournament in January. Almost tied up a little bit too much, had a pivot foot, moved that out before getting into trouble. Able to dish that one out, and there's going to be a reach-in.
Eric, this is interesting. Newcastle looks to be in stall game.
Well, I mean, it's like, what do you do? I mean, you kind of want to regroup. They're going to have a really good game against Grant tomorrow, so they'll have a chance to re-show themselves as Memorial goes charging hard. And he'll go shoot 2. See that here on the instant replay. With the body and the slap behind, and to the line he goes. Back iron's no good.
Eric, I've had fun. Fun being back on the mic,
Well,
working with the camera a little bit.
And you and Coach Gagliardi are going to actually fill in for us tomorrow for both the 2 and the 4 o'clock games tomorrow.
Right.
Should be good.
Yeah,
full
absolutely.
Full slate of basketball. Across the timeline, 2:05 to go. Got some new substitution as Easton Hubble in for the Newcastle Racers. Let's say that. It's only going to be now the 3rd team foul by Memorial. A kick ball. And they're going to take it out on the opposite side with 1:49 left to go. And just make it textbook easy. Nothing fancy. Just a nice little easy layup to make it 68. Readjust, lets that one fly off the mark. Hits off the back glass. 1:18 left to go, and that you didn't really need to do that.
Yeah, Coach Brown over there is going, why? Why foul? 80
Sloan,
feet from the basket.
Sloan gets it stopped and get to take that out. Both teams with 3 team fouls. Sloan with his 4th. Down to minute 6, lets that one fly, hits the rim, no good, gets the rebound though.
Under a minute.
Down to 42 seconds. Don't really have to do too much here. Into traffic. And then restolen by Memorial. Wow, look at that move. Went the long way around. And gets that up and in for two. Brings it to 70 on the mark. Both games have really been kind of one-sided between Northwest Classen against U.S. Grant, and this one with Memorial Sky went high, up no good. Finals 5 seconds, put that turnaround is good to make the last bucket of this contest. 72-26, that is your final. Memorial over Newcastle. They will advance for the semifinals to take on Northwest Classen tomorrow at 6 p.m. Meanwhile, Newcastle will take on U.S. Grant tomorrow at 2 o'clock for the first game of 4 for the Friday edition. Well, for Nathan Woods, for Craig Bulig, myself, Eric Sherem, we're just going to take a pause. We'll stop this broadcast and start the next one at a little bit before 6 o'clock. Lawton High and Putnam City. You've been watching a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.